So, hello all. Probably should have started with hello instead of so. Anyway, hello. This is I'm recording this right after I recorded the mix, the remix mix, the retro remix. Uh, a lot of fun. I'm very happy with it. It's not perfect. I made a couple of mistakes, or not mistakes in quotation marks. So from lethal to drifting away, I removed the mids from lethal, which I shouldn't have, because as I was mixing, I realized that it takes away from the impact of drifting away's drop, which I don't know why I didn't notice before that, like just now recording, but anyway, I noticed that. It's not a huge deal, but a rookie mistake, right? I can chalk it up to a rookie mistake. So I'm a little bit further out from my mic than I usually am because there's a cat in front, right in between me and my mic. There's a cat where my mic usually is, right here. Um, but yeah, rookie mistake. I'm probably going to use that excuse for the rest of my life, right? If it takes 10,000 hours to master something, I'm going to be like 103 by the time I master DJing if I keep going if I keep doing this. So anyway, so yeah, rookie mistake, dropping the mids. I should have tested it out a bit more. But having said that, I did learn a ton, which is really nice. Um, yeah. Okay. Oh, another thing. Okay, a couple other things I did is I dropped the mids from lethal when in the transition to drifting away, which I shouldn't have. The other thing I did is I missed a couple of cues, right? So I don't know if you can see that well on your screen. There's these little colored triangles. These are cues, memory cues to tell me what to do during the songs. The letters are when to start and stop, transition. The triangles are well. This is how I use this stuff. There might be better ways of using these things, um, but yeah. So the little orange triangle there is a high pass filter. The blue one, there's no blue ones there, but if there's a blue triangle, it's a low pass filter. The red ones is a trance, like the how can you, yeah, just the missing sound. Purple one is flanger, that kind of thing. Green one is phaser, which I don't even know if I used phaser. I think I did. Anyway, not important. So I missed that in Komodo. I missed this one. This because I was looking at the my deck to make sure everything was fine, and that like if I didn't, so that I didn't, to make sure I didn't press anything either, so that if I pressed something, nothing bad would happen after like a half hour of mixing. Actually, the mix was a half hour. I've been recording for way longer than that. I was recording for way longer than that. Um, this was not my first attempt to say that. But anyway, yeah, I missed that cue. I missed the cue in catch, but I also don't remember why I put the flanger cue there at the end of the song, so I just ignored it. And then there's I think another cue I missed. Not that big of a deal. I don't think it matters that much. I really noticed the drifting away drop issue. I'm actually very happy with the rest on the technical side. Um, the song selection I like, but some of the songs sounded more discordant just now while I was recording, and not as discordant when I was just testing them out and practicing. But they weren't perfect. They weren't perfect, but less discordant when it mattered less when it didn't matter. So yeah, just a few. Yeah, just a couple of thoughts. I'm very happy with it. I like the theme. Right, the theme is old classic songs, EDM songs, not classic, not classic songs. Like it's not classic rock or whatever. Old classic EDM songs that were remixed or remade fairly recently, relatively recently, put it that way. Um, the only exception to that is Catch. Well, exception in quotation marks. It's a recent release. It was released in late 2025, but I think Ferry Corsten just remastered everything. He kind of like re-recorded everything, but didn't really change uh, what he had recorded. Like, didn't really change the mix itself from what 6 million years ago when he originally recorded it. When but everything else I think is a update or remix or fairly new song. Um, yeah, I'm happy with the song selection. It's also I don't know if I would have made it longer. I probably would have made it longer just to because I hate myself. Um, the main thing, if it was like the thing is that trying to find old songs, old EDM songs that have been remixed recently that I like, that are kind of in the BPM range that I want. Right? Because Another Chance, the only reason I put Another Chance is because it's one of my favorite house songs ever. But 128 BPM is very low. The original Get Down is even lower, but that doesn't matter because it was just to be used as a transition to the new songs, to the new mix. So it didn't really matter it was just kind of like a silly introduction to the mix. But Another Chance as a full song, and that is really low at 128. I would have much preferred if it was like 6 or 7 beats higher. But anyway, so yeah, finding classic EDM songs that are remixed in the BPM range that I like and that I want, that I actually like, is extremely hard. Especially in the key that I kind of was looking for. I know the Camelot wheel is kind of a guide and not necessarily supposed to be followed like perfectly all the time. Like if you mix two songs together and they sound good, doesn't matter what keys they are, what key they're in. And if for the most part, I think most of the songs I think sound okay in my selection. Some of them sounded a lot more discordant now than they did before, like I said. But here we are. But yeah, so I'm happy with that. I probably would have made it longer if I had found more songs that were in line with what I was looking for, because I hate myself. Because the thing is that like I took every song, and I planned each, like, obviously you plan where to mix in and mix out, but also all of the little memory cues. I planned that specifically, what kind of effect to have on those. I don't know if that's no. See, the mixing this. Again, I'm happy with the mix, but it also made me want, like, it gave me so many more questions. Like it didn't, it answered a couple things about what to do, but it also makes me want to ask so many more questions. Like, in a festival setting, are they like this, or do they just like grab random songs and then just go for, like, so like Tiesto, Miss Monique, David Guetta, whoever, can they just like pick a song and then just like listen to it and say, yeah, these, like, when I mix it in, I just use like highs and mids, and this is how I change the highs, mids, and lows, or do they kind of plan, or do they just know hundreds of songs and how to mix them in and out of stuff? Anyways, more questions. Like I said, give me a million questions to ask. Um, but anyway, yeah. So I don't know what the point of this video is. It was just my thoughts, and my thoughts are rambling and disjointed. Um, but yeah, sorry. But yeah, let me know what you think of the mix. I will. I want to try more things. Oh yeah, one thing. Yeah, the thing I wanted. Okay, yeah. So I'm kind of happy that I learned more about the deck and how its uses. Today, while I was finalizing the mix, or practicing finalizing the mix, I realized that the keypads can be a keyboard. So that could be dangerous to me if I want to try to do like um note, like melodic, like melodies on the deck itself. Yeah, there's a few different things I learned on how. Oh god, there's a lot more to learn, but there's a lot more to like. Fine, I know what this can do, but how do I use it? Right? It's also that kind of thing. How do I integrate that into mixes I want to do, or what I want to do? So I don't think I have any. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, sorry. One thing I want to try to start doing is using loops. Just loops to get in and out of songs. But the thing is also with that is like, I think that's easier in a club with like more pop-ish music, hip hop, R&B, pop, that kind of thing. Like I don't remember like a trance version of James Hype, right? I don't know if does that exist, or does anybody use loops in the same way that he does, but does more like trance stuff or like very melodic techno? Right, but I still want to know how to start using loops, but I also don't want to just use songs that I don't like because this I don't know. I want to use music I like. This is kind of why I wanted to get this to mix music I like. So I'll see if I can start using loops somehow. Um, I don't know. Maybe yeah, I don't know. I'll think of something. I'll watch videos and see if there's better recommendations to use loops and that kind of thing. Yeah, I want to use loops. I want to figure out how to use the keyboard part of it because if I can use the keyboard part of it and the "Don't Let Me Down," uh, I can use as an intro to Get Down. That would be really dumb, but it's something I really want to do. But anyway, I'll figure that out later. Enough rambling because it's like super late and I gotta uh, do other things. Um, yeah. So okay. So last thing I'll mention is here. Trace State of Trance 25 commemorative T-shirt. Way expensive for a T-shirt. But I'm super happy I have it. The 25 State of Trance, 25 years. Um, although it's kind of is Komodo a. I don't think I played any. It would have been nice to play some Armin van Buuren songs in this, but I did look for Lily Palmer's version of "In and Out of Love," and I don't think it's been released yet. I think it's just a mix that she's made. Um, what am I doing? Oh, it's Armada. Okay, so at least there's Armada. So I may not have an Armin van Buuren song, but the final song of the mix is on his label. So there you go. That's the connection to the T-shirt. Um, anyway, all of that to say, I really enjoyed making this, like just listening through songs, seeing what meshes well with what, how to, the best way to kind of transition from one song to the other. I found really interesting, like because I like flanger. It's a really silly sound, but I just like the way it sounds, and it covers and it covers some discordance a little bit, um, and some imperfections. So I like using it. So right, do I use flanger or do I just like straight up mix it? Like going from I think lethal to drifting away was just very simple. Or a little bit sillier like drifting away to catch where you kind of do things, or like get down where you kind of one BPM you just like stop and then start a different BPM. Um, I find that kind of ballsy. I don't know if it worked. Let me know if you think that worked. I listened to it a couple times. Like I recorded myself, listened to it a couple times, and getting the timing right was tough. Was tougher than it sounded. Was tougher than it looked. But it sounded okay as far as the mix go. I'll listen to my mix and let you know what I think later. This is just like my post mix thoughts, not my thoughts about my mix itself, about how I mixed it. But yeah, anyway, I'll stop this because I'm just rambling for no reason. So yeah, this video is gonna be as long as my mix. So oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna talk more about it. I'm gonna talk about it later. Yeah, so I hope you like it. I hope you like the video or the video. I hope you like the mix. Let me know what you think, and I will I guess see you in the next video. Bye.